Hi, my name is Kay, and I'm the founder of Kare. I have been an occupational therapist for over 18 years and worked with shoulder patients very closely. And early on, just when I started working in 1996, I realized how difficult it was for patients just to put on a brace on their arm after a shoulder surgery or some kind of an injury. Most of the braces are either too flimsy or they were just so cumbersome with multiple straps and buckles that it was a nightmare for patients just to comply with the application of the brace. And most every brace had a strap pulling on the neck that caused unnecessary pain and neck symptoms after patients were supposed to be in that brace for over 6 weeks. So I used to wonder early on, why does it have to be so complicated just to put on a brace? And cannot this be simpler and more comfortable for patients? And so I did figure out a design, and what I did was I opened up the brace into a flap, so the operated arm can be gently placed, or the injured arm can be gently placed on the flap. And instead of trying to fit the arm in a brace, the brace itself fits over the arm. So there is a lower flap that rolls over the arm and forms a sleeve, and it really secures it very well. It has a front buckle, and then there's just one waist strap that's adjustable, and you can click it in the front and your brace is on. And this is all you need for just to provide the adequate support that a patient needs after a surgery or after an injury. We had Virginia Tech biomedical engineering department did an independent study on this brace, and they compared it with all the leading braces in the market, like the sling and swat or the figure eight brace or the slingshot, and they ranked it as best for ease of use, for comfort, and for its speedy application, because it just needed one buckle and a flap to secure the arm in. Not only that, they also concluded that actually this brace was stabilizing the shoulder just as good with this one strap as other braces were with multiple straps and buckles. So this was the basic technology that I have developed. When I was going to the physicians and talking to them with some feedback, they had personal preferences, so I did add two straps to it, which are optional for personal preference of the clinicians or the patients. And one is an elbow strap, which is a little bit smaller, and you just kind of strap it, Velcro it up here, and it Velcros up here, and that's all it needs. And your other arm is free, there's nothing pulling on the neck. And also, if you are a professional and you're going out to do a presentation, it's actually modest. We as occupational therapists are very focused on community reentry and the modesty of the patient. And those were also some of the attributes that I was thinking when I was designing this brace. How can I make it less conspicuous so that patients don't feel as bad that everybody's staring at them? We also added one shoulder strap just in case if somebody wants it, and it just gets Velcroed on the strap at the back. It comes over the shoulder, and it's always is coming on the opposite shoulder. So if this is the operated shoulder or the injured shoulder, the strap is coming on the other shoulder and still is not pulling on the neck. And you can just feed it through with your hand and adjust it. And this is the most complicated it gets. You don't need a shoulder strap, you don't need an elbow strap, but it's there, but still it's not pulling on your neck. It's very comfortable. It took me 8 months to develop the material for this brace, because I didn't want it flimsy, but I didn't want it bulky. So we had to really customize the thickness of the material so it has the perfect consistency to provide the support that the shoulder needs, yet it's comfortable and also not flimsy. So that is the one product. I have somebody to demonstrate the brace with an abductor pillow. And it is the same brace, but an abductor pillow can be attached to it very easily. And what you need to do is only I'm going to come on this side, unbuckle this, and then it has a little Velcro strip on it, so it sits on the side, and then you just attach the brace to it, and you can adjust this strap. And actually this is all you need, but I do have the shoulder strap and the elbow strap just in case if somebody, for personal preferences. And again, one portion just attaches at the back and one in the front. That's all. You can go around doing your business. It's not going to go anywhere. Your arm is secured. And what other thing that I was really careful about, I wanted the wrist to be always included in the brace. I hated those. Hated is a bad word. I really disliked when the wrist was hanging down and causing problems for the wrist. If you want to add a strap to it, it always comes on the opposite side of the injured or the operated arm. It just Velcros. You can feed it through the D-ring. Here you are. You can go around.
It's the most comfortable I've ever felt.
I had one time a nurse and she had a baby, and I was telling her, do you want to try it on? She didn't want to take it off because she'd been carrying her baby all day, and she said,
Relax the shoulder.
Yeah, it's just relaxing the shoulder, So this is mostly for post-operative care with an abductor pillow, but without the pillow, it can be used for pain control. It can be used for simple fractures or simple surgeries, as the doctor recommends, or even for a weak arm, like after any neurological deficits would cause weakness to the arm or paralysis of the arm. Yeah, it could. And all of it is 110% made in the U.S.
That's great.
So it's a pride that we are making everything here in the U.S.
Okay.
This is where my journey started. I started with a double arm brace when I was working with ALS patients, and there was no brace that could secure both arms in one device, and these patients clearly had a need for that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was and it had to be a brace that a caregiver could easily place a loved one's arm on the brace. So again, what I did was I opened it up into a flap like this, that it goes around your belly. So your buckles always stay on the top, and one strap can go and secure it here, and then the other strap goes around as well. And
So the other strap controls the other arm?
yes, and you can just adjust the straps as snug as you want, and then you can simply gently place one arm on the top, roll it over like this, and then snug it in. Sorry, like that. And then the other arm, it opens into a flap too. So now I'm talking about two flaccid arms that are needing to have support, and you can just tuck it in, and now you have two arms that are secured in one device and nothing is pulling on the neck. And when patients are being Hoyer lifted, or they're on wheelchairs and the arms are falling, or just because with the pull of gravity, their both arms are so tired, just to give them that relief, they can get some comfort.
Or rest.
Or rest, right. And it just goes around again in the same way up here. Like this, and then
So this is one brace that you would obviously need somebody to help
yes,
with, right?
because now the patients, none of the arms are working. So, and
But then obviously they would have needed somebody anyway.
yes, and you can adjust the shoulder straps. I've had a respiratory therapist try it on, And he said actually it helped kind of retract the shoulders a little bit.
Mhm.
So with the ALS patients are so hunched
Mhm.
over, it can help their posture a little bit. But right now, their both arms are secured. It gives them some proprioceptive input of like hugging themselves. So it could, I'm not a psychologist, but it could give them some calming effect as well.
Mhm.
But now you have two arms secured in one device, whereas there's nothing else in the market.
That's
To
nice.
help these patients.
Kind of like those old-fashioned ones where the
Yes.
women used to put their hands in
Yes.
the little thing.
Yes.
Very cool.
So then the single arm brace was I just cut it in half because I was struggling with patients and how uncomfortable these braces were. And I'm like, well, I could just cut it in half and make it for a single arm brace. And then the doctor said, can you add a pillow to it? And I'm like, sure, I can. So that's how we have developed our products.
Very, very nice. Very ingenious. Simple,
Thank you.
but smart. Very nice. Well, thank you.
Thank you. We'll just unplug you here.
I can slip right out.
Yes.
It is.
So it does have Medicare reimbursement.
Okay, great, great. And so when we go to order it, we just ask for this brace?
Yeah, so one is the Kare single arm brace. That's without the pillow, and the picture is available of it too. And the other is Kare single arm brace with the pillow.
Okay.
So one is without the pillow, one is with a pillow, and you can order any one of them.
Is it universal size?
It comes with small, medium, large, and extra large size. So there is a variation of
Okay,
sizes.
great.
Yes.
Great.
So this is the brace that comes in with an abductor pillow, and you can adjust it. This can go on the side as to keep the abduction of the shoulder, and this is for post-operative care of the shoulders. It's just the same brace. We simply attach the abductor pillow very easily to it, and you don't need a shoulder or an elbow strap in it, but at the same time, it is included in the package for personal preferences if somebody wants extra support when they have the brace on. Is there anything digging on your neck?
No, it feels comfortable. It feels very comfortable. So it breathes, I imagine, too?
Yes. The material is breathable, and it is also latex free. So that's
that's nice. So you don't have to worry about allergies. Yeah, it's comfortable. I'm impressed.
Well, as an OT, and we are always trying to customize things to comfort the patient or customize it for the need of the patient, and sometimes we do create things that we just don't own them. And this was just one of those things. It was when I was working with the ALS patients that there was no brace to support both arms, and that's where I started my journey. Just trying to create something because there was nothing available to these patients.
Very nice. It's very lightweight.
Yeah.
And I like that it doesn't gouge your neck.
Yes.
And I like that you don't even need this.
No.
Let me see what I feel like when you don't have this on.
We had one of the nurses, orthopedic nurses, try it on. She didn't want any strap. She said, "I don't need it. Why do I have to have it?"
Yeah, no, it feels the same.
It's very secured.
Yeah.
One time an orthopedic surgeon did not believe when I said that it stabilized the shoulder with one strap, and he said, "No, you're kidding." And I said, "Well, they did the study." So he put it on, and she said, "She's not kidding." He said, "How did you come up with this?" So
Just smart. Very, very nice. So it's a Kare brace.